Let me see. The first one I'm gonna start off with is I guess my least liked one. So this was an interesting production though. This is actually a Disney back production. So this film is called Brahmastra Part 1 Shiva. And it's directed by Ayan Mukherjee. This is an Indian-made Bollywood type film. So a young man on the brink of falling in love gets his world turned upside down when he discovers he has the power to control fire and a connection to a secret society of guardians. And this has kind of been billed as a trilogy that they're starting in India. I guess they're trying to say that this is kind of be their Avengers trilogy, you know, in a way. And I will say this, man, there are some interesting aspects of this. They spent a lot of money on it. It's really big budget, really big, fantastical storytelling. But there were some limitations, man. For one, this thing is really long. It's about 2 hours and 45 minutes. So, the crazy part is I'm watching it halfway through. There's a sign that comes up for intermission, but we didn't get a break. It just kept going. So maybe in India, where they're used to showing these longer films, they do take a break, but not. So basically, you got this power, the Brahmastra, and this elemental thing that they've got that's been broken in three pieces. Different people in different parts of the world have it. They're protecting it. But then this group of bad guys get together in an attempt to gather these pieces from their protectors. And our main guy, our hero, doesn't know he's connected to this somehow. You know, he finds out that he's connected. He has the firepower, and he's drawn into this conflict. You know, I think there is some cool stuff going on with it, but the length is kind of daunting. But there are a couple of cool action sequences that I saw, especially the chase scene. And also the first fight scene that we get where they try to take the power from this one guy. And it's interestingly enough, he has the monkey power. You know me, I love some monkeys. So I'm watching this dude jump around and doing all this crazy stuff. I thought that was cool. But then later on, the limitation of the films kind of start showing through. And like for all this special glitz and imagery they got, mostly it revolves around putting glows around people as they are flailing their hands. You know what I'm saying? After a while, it kind of becomes a cheap gimmick. You know, outside of the really cool sequences, the final fight was kind of impressive, and you know, there's some cool character moments, and I do like the other characters that we meet along the way to the journey. But one of the things that I did have a problem with is the dialogue a little bit. Even though I'm watching this thing subtitled and translated, it just felt like really childish and really basic at times, man. Even though this film there's some graphic moments. It's about a PG-13 film, but it's kind of hard. Like you see people taking hits and blows and bleeding and you know, and kind of damage like on a Marvel level, but it feels like it's something that was, you know, written on a childlike level, you know, more like something that's for a much younger audience, you know, maybe, you know, for like 8-9-year-olds at times. Y'all feel like, as I'm looking at them, like, this is really simplistic, man, but it was an experience to have, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been going to the movies a lot, and this one of them days I really wanted to go to theater. And I took a chance on this. You know, it was up my alley for the kind of stuff that I'm watching anyway that's made here. So I took a shot, man. If I got to rate it, though, I'm probably going to put it middle in the pack. Maybe about a 2.5 to 3, you know what I'm saying? But apparently it is doing pretty well, so I'm wondering if we're going to get a part 2 and a part 3, because it is a planned out trilogy of films, man. But yeah, so that's called Brahmastra Part 1, man. Shiva. That's the name of our main character, too. That's why it's named after him. So it's his story to, you know, how he gets his powers and all that. But, yeah, so who's next?